Hello to you, beautiful people. My name is Noah Lakshmi, and I'm here to elevate humanity for a better world with all of you one by one. Thank you so much for being here. If you are a returning viewer to my channel, thank you for coming back. And if you are a new viewer, welcome. And I'm so happy that you have found this video and my videos. So welcome. I use astrology as a tool, merely as a tool to help us navigate through this human experience that we call life. And that's one of the things that I'm super passionate about, how to make our human journey here on planet Earth as most fulfilling and loving that we can make it to be. And astrology can really help us. So that's why I'm here. And we're going to dive into this week because there's so many changes. You guys. It is astonishing, actually, pretty astonishing. And 2017 is a big year. It's just huge. And from here on, pretty much, like we're just looking at a massive acceleration of our evolution individually and as a species. And 2017 is definitely kind of like a launch year, a big year. A lot of things are opening for many of us and just collectively, and the changes that are taking place are significant and profound and are paving the way for many years to come. So this summer is going to be a hot summer, and I'm not talking temperature-wise. Maybe it will be, just reflecting what's happening cosmically. And June is, it's like an interesting blend of energies where a lot is happening, especially at the beginning of June. Things are going to slow down a bit towards the end of the month, but the first 3 weeks of the month is like boom kind of energy. And at the same time, the universe is asking us to just take it down a notch, just a bit, to replenish ourselves, to replenish our energies, to rejuvenate, to rest a little bit, and for the purpose of preparing yourself for what's coming, for the new road that you may be embarking in the few months to come. And that can manifest in so many different ways. So I'm going to go with what's happening this week. Today is Tuesday, May 30th, and I'm going to review the week from today until next Tuesday, pretty much, until June 6th. So just if you want to put this in your calendar, June 3rd to the 6th are like the major days that we are looking at this week of just constant change. And we always experience that individually on planet Earth, as it can manifest as changes in your life, or you can just feel internally that things are shifting this week in a pretty not dramatic way. It's not so dramatic, but in a very significant way. Feeling like more at home, perhaps. If you've been feeling a little scattered all over the place, we're going to start feeling, and that's a really positive thing with all these big changes and what's occurring, we're going to start feeling a little bit more at home, or maybe a lot more at home, more secured and at peace as a result of that. Because, when there's a lot changing and you feel like the ground is shaky, it's hard to just kind of relax, and feel at home because there's like so much going on. And like, how can we relax? How can we feel at home? How can we feel secure? How can we feel relaxed when, all this energy around us and within us is popping all over the place? Mars, and that's one of the biggest things that is occurring this week, is that Mars has been in Gemini for the last month and a half. Okay, Mars spends a month and a half, about 40 days in each sign. And Mars has been in Gemini, so that's a lot of zippity zap energy, wanting to do a lot. There's a lot on the table, a lot of connections, conversations, networking, just wanting to do a lot. And depending on who you are and your energy levels, for some people that can be overwhelming, and some of you may be feeling very tired, maybe even exhausted. If you don't know how to take care of yourself, this kind of energy can really drain you. So we're going to have a bit of a slowdown, a little bit of a break, where you're going to be able to find the ability, perhaps, the time, the space, or even just prioritizing your self-care a little bit more, because Mars is going to move into Cancer. But today, so I'm going to talk about Mars in Cancer in a moment, but today, and that's for the entire week, Mars is sextiling Uranus. That's astrologically, and in astrological language. What does it mean in English or in human language? And again, this whole week, Mars in a very harmonious conversation with Uranus. So we are having this sense of breaking free, and whatever it is that you're breaking free from. This harmonious conversation between Mars and Uranus is giving us the ability to take actions that are moving us more towards freedom, whatever the freedom is for you. Emotional freedom, financial freedom, within yourself, maybe things that you've been moving through and working on, or just dealing with some patterns that now it's like a good time to break free, to reinvent who you are, the way you operate in the world, the way you take action, all those things that Mars is associated with. And a very awesome thing with this harmonious conversation is a boost of confidence and courage. You know, Uranus is electrifying, and Uranus is liberation and freedom. Mars is our courage and our self-assertion. So this harmonious conversation between those two this entire week is really setting up the ground for us, setting up the stage for us to have more of that courage. And maybe that's the breaking free, maybe that's the liberation that will be experienced of whatever fears, whatever fears that are locking you in some sort of hesitation or lack of courage, lack of confidence to take action. This is a wonderful, wonderful time to boom, that fire is burning, and how are you going to use this fuel for yourself and for your life? So that's occurring, that's starting today, right now as I'm speaking, and this whole week we're going to feel that energy as Mars finishing it's his journey in Gemini, getting this boost from Uranus, this help from that planet to break all the shackles and whatever is tying us down. Now on the 3rd, that's a huge day. So like I said, from the 3rd through the 6th, we're looking at huge days. On the 3rd itself, the 3rd of June, we have the Sun trining planet Jupiter and the Moon conjuncting Jupiter in the sign of Libra. The Sun is in Gemini. I'm excited because it's a big, big, big day. Jupiter has stopped. Jupiter has been in stationary mode for the last week and a half, I would say. Getting ready to go direct. I'll talk about that next week, and that's a big event. Jupiter is the biggest planet in our solar system, and it has stopped. So there's this feeling of big energy kind of pausing in your life. You can feel, there's something brewing. There's big things. It's bigness. Jupiter is bigness, big expansion. Jupiter rules our expansion. You can feel it coming, but it hasn't fully moved into like the full gear, right? Jupiter is just kind of in this steadiness, standing still, ready to go direct after gathering all this energy and this internal realization and the internal surge that has been happening. That's in the sign of Libra, and I've been talking about this so much. Such a big theme for us this year and the next year. Relationships. Looking at the relationships that are helping you to expand, and what are the actions that needs to be taken if you realize that there's some relationships in your life that are not helping you to expand, that are not contributing to your sense of harmony in your life, in the sense of expansion, like you can actually grow in that relationship, that you can actually grow in that connection. Now June 3rd, the sign is trining Jupiter, so that's always a very fortunate and a blessed conversation for the Sun, the star of our solar system, to have being in harmonious conversation with the biggest planet in our solar system. So that symbolizes the potential for many big opportunities that are showing up in our lives. and to really look at what are those opportunities, which ones are going to bring more harmony into my life. Looking at the sign of Libra, more harmony, more balance, what feels fair, what feels equal, and those are the opportunities that we want to walk through, that we want to embrace. Because the thing with Jupiter, it can be like overly optimistic and just like, oh my God, there's so many doors opening, and especially in Libra, they're swaying things, and Mars is still in Gemini, just finishing it's his cycle there. So it's really important to look at those big doors opening, to look at the opportunities, and to really be clear-minded. It's like, okay, but which opportunities I'm going to take, which doors I'm going to walk into, which ones are in balance, are going to bring balance into my life rather than imbalances. So really important to look at that. Look at your life. Look at the balance. What needs to happen in order to restore the balance? How is that connected to your relationships? And on that same day, June 3rd, the moon is going to conjunct Jupiter as well. So we're really feeling what is the best opportunity to take. We connecting our feelings and our emotions with all those big opportunities, with those connections with people, and we really can feel. It's in our feelings, and especially with Jupiter involved, it's intuition, feeling and connecting our feelings and our intuition with our purpose, and with what is it that we really want to create, with the sun involved, your purpose and your creation and who you are. Okay, so that's a really beautiful combination of energies happening right at the beginning of June, of connecting in a very harmonious way, the way we feel about something or about someone, connecting that with our purpose, with who we are, and having an understanding of that as well, and trusting your intuition, really trusting your intuition to lead the way. And Mars is finishing right on that day, last degrees of Gemini on the 4th, and that's the big like boom, 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 the 4th, and then the 6th. Mars is moving into Cancer on the 4th. On the 6th, we're having Venus moving into Taurus, Mercury moving into Gemini. That is big. Why is that? Because both Venus and Mercury are going into their home signs, okay? Taurus is the home of Venus. Gemini is the home of Mercury. They've been going through a bit of a, not hell, but they've just been going through it, being away from home. And that goes back to what I described earlier at the beginning of the video, is that we're going to start feeling that sense of, okay, take a breath. I'm home. I'm secure. I'm in my safe space, and I can really take this time to replenish, to look at all of my options, all of my opportunities, and to make decisions that are based on my own well-being. Mars being in Cancer as well, Mars is going to slow down. Now, Mars doesn't like to be in Cancer so much. He's not strong in Cancer, but nevertheless, that's an opportunity, and especially for those of you that are needing that time to replenish more. Take that time. The next month, just to rejuvenate yourself. Focus on your self-care. Focus on nurturing yourself in the best possible ways, in ways that make you feel home in your body. Venus moving into Taurus, that's another big emphasis here on our bodies, on how we take care of our bodies, and enjoy your body, and enjoy making yourself feeling beautiful inside and out. But Mars has been leading the way for a very long time now. We had Mercury in retrograde, we had Venus in retrograde, and just going through hell, literally. Mars has been leading the way, like the masculine has been very, very strong. And maybe that's how we've been feeling our energies too. Like the masculine has been leading the way for the last few months. And like kind of like the pushing, and that has helped us to move a lot of things forward. And now it's not like we're not going to move things forward, but just changing gears, because that's what's happening in the universe, just changing of the gears. Mars is taking the back seat. Mars is just kind of resting in his own little nest in Cancer, while Venus and Mercury feeling at home and taking the lead a little bit. We're going to get to a point where Mercury is going to start going past Mars as well, but we'll get there when we get there. But for now, the changing of the gears for you is to, okay, how can you move forward without pushing so much? Like changing from masculine leading the way to feminine, to feeling more at home, to feeling more nurtured. Maybe not pushing so much, still moving forward, but in a different pace. You want to make sure that you just feel nurtured and that you feel like, okay, I'm safe and I am home in my body, in myself. And things can be so much more balanced as a result. Things are so much more harmonious as a result. And then when Jupiter goes forward the following week, and we'll talk about that, then you have more stability because you're more nurtured, you're more balanced, your energies are more replenished, and you don't burn yourself out because when the big bang shows up, you don't have any energy to deal with it. Okay? So really take care of yourself. Make sure you do that this week. Alrighty, and that's what I have for you for this week. Lots is happening. And if you are enjoying these videos, then please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate that so much. And share these videos with those that you think can help, can benefit from this message. Super appreciate that. Super appreciate the support. If you are looking to have your own personal reading with me, then please go to my website, noalakshmi.com, for your personal soul signature reading, but also so much more if you're interested to work with me one-on-one in taking your life to the next level, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I'm here for you to do that. I'm here to serve. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for your support. Sending you so much love, light and love, and have a wonderful, beautiful week. Sat Nam.